Winchester. Today is February 11th, 2014, and we want to thank you for starting your morning off with us. We're going to get into some big shot birthdays. We have some pretty big celebrities on this list. Taylor Lautner is turning 22. We also have Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, who is turning 33. Singer-actress Brandy is turning 35. We also have Jennifer Aniston, who is turning 45. Sarah Palin is turning 50. Sheryl Crow, 52. Carrie Lowell from Law & Order is 53. We also have Burt Reynolds turning 78, and Tina Louise, better known as Ginger off of Gilligan's Island, who is turning 80. So happy birthday to those celebrities, but if February 11th is your birthday, then we're wishing you a happy birthday from the cast of Wake Up Winchester.
That's right, and I don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. So, all the pieces connected for the Lego Movie at the box office over the weekend, as a 3D animated release far exceeded industry expectations to post the biggest opening of the year. The Lego Movie debuted with a robust $69.1 million, while George Clooney's movie, The Monumentous Men, had a respectable debut of $22.7 million. The only other film that debuted nationwide this weekend, the Teen Fantasy Vampire Academy, had only 4.1 opening. So
that's right. I was kind of surprised that the Lego Movie is on the top of this list.
Yeah, I know.
I know that has a lot of stars in it, and they advertised it a lot. But the thing is it's still movie with Legos.
Yeah,
I didn't think that it would be that popular.
I heard it was really good. I mean, by the previews I saw, I was like, that actually looks like it may be kind of good.
Yeah, I don't know, the voices in it seemed like they'd be okay and things like that, and it seemed like it'd be a pretty funny movie. I don't know if I could get past the whole just Lego thing.
Yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, and then underneath Monuments Man, we have Ride Along at $9.3 million. Underneath that, Frozen still on the list. That Awkward Moment at number 5 with Zac Efron, and then we have Lone Survivor, and then like you said, The Vampire Academy, which just debuted. Just to put things in perspective, 1 year ago this week, the number 1 movie was Identity Thief. Yeah, I don't remember which one.
Identity Theft.
That was a really funny movie. That's the one with the red-haired woman. Yep. And then 5 years ago this week, it was He's Just Not That Into You. 10 years ago, it was Barbershop 2, and 20 years ago, it was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. So yeah, those were kind of some of the popular movies in years past. But coming up in theaters this Friday, we have Robocop, which is rated PG-13, and this is set in the future. A loving husband, father, and good cop is critically injured in the line of duty. The multi-nation, big word, sees a chance. Basically, it's about a Robocop. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Then we also have Endless Love, PG-13. This is one of those kind of sappy movies that comes out around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
This has not a lot of really famous people in here, but it's the story of a privileged girl and a charismatic boy whose instant desires spark a love affair made only more reckless by their parents who are trying to keep them apart. So that's just one of those movies. About Last Night, which is going to be rated R, and this is another kind of Valentine's Day movie, and this has Kevin Hart, Regina Hall, and Terrell Owens in it.
Okay.
We also have Winter's Tale, rated PG-13, another Valentine's Day movie, and this has Colin Farrell and Jessica Brown Finlay and Russell Crowe. So that should be pretty cool. So if you're one of those people who loves the romantic movies around this time of the year, then those are some of the movies that you'll probably need to be looking out for.
And another movie that's not on here that I actually went to go see over the weekend was Ride Along.
Oh yeah, it is on here. It was actually came in at number 3.
Okay. I just know that there's a lot of places that still, I guess, aren't playing it quite yet, but it's really, really funny.
I haven't seen any previews for that. What's it about?
You haven't? It's Kevin Hart's character and, Ice Cube. Ice Cube has a sister, and Kevin Hart is dating his sister, and he's already proposed to her, and he's like this, I guess, high school security guard, and he's applied for the police academy, and her brother, Ice Cube, is already a detective and everything, and he wants to impress her brother, so he goes on, what a Ride Along is, where he rides with Ride Along.
Okay.
And there just stuff happens in the movie to make it, a comedy and have somewhat of a plot to it. But it
sounds really good from your little explanation there.
It is really funny, in my opinion. It kind of started off a little bit slow, a little bit not as funny, but then the farther in it goes, the funnier it gets.
Okay. So. Well, it did pretty good. It's number 3 on the list, so.
And it was a little bit shorter, I think, than a lot of people wanted it to be. I think they could have gone actually a little bit more.
You said Kevin Hart was in it?
Yes.
He's in a lot of movies.
He is. He's probably one of the funniest, comedian actors out there. But for right now, we're going to take a look at this week's weather. All right, still chilly.
Yep. And there is a lot of rumors going around about this kind of first part of the week here about chances of snow. I know that on the way to school on Monday morning, there was a little bit of kind of like sleet, ice things going on. So yeah, definitely pay attention to those roads, that kind of thing. That's what we say every week, but it's pretty much consistent with that.
Yeah, I know Monday I got out and it looked like there's just mist on my car, so I got in, turned it on, and I flipped on the windshield wiper and it just went.
Yep.
Oh.
Same thing happened to me.
No. No.
Yep, I was running a little late that day. No, but yeah, there is a chance of, I guess, like 1 to 2 inches of snow on Wednesday or Tuesday night, something like that. So that obviously may change. They're always like changing the forecast.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's good to kind of just watch that to see what it'll do. But for right now, we're going to head over to a commercial break and stay tuned. We're going to have some community news right afterwards.
St. Teresa's Outreach Ministry in Winchester, Tennessee is a private company categorized under social service and welfare organizations. STORM is a local non-sectarian, non-profit charitable organization providing services to those in need who typically fall through the cracks in this area's social services net. It is located at 900 South Shepherd Street in the Franklin County Annex Building. People in need are encouraged to pick up food supplies when available and to apply for financial help with security deposits for utility bills, rent, as well as medical expenses, gas, and other needs. To contact them, call 968-6540.
Be a parent, not a peer.
I need you to give me clear rules.
I just want to hear that you love me.
Let me know you care.
Ask me about my social life.
Ask me about school.
It's okay to check up on me.
I might complain, but I really do want you to check up on me.
Please see how I'm doing.
I want you to be in my life.
I want you to know I'm okay.
Be a parent, not a peer. This message produced for you by the Franklin County High School Media Arts class in collaboration with the Franklin County Prevention Coalition.
Oh my gosh, what a loser. She's such a geek. Get lost.
This dip is better than that dip.
Young man, we received an anonymous tip about an underage drinking party last night at this address. When teens drink on your property, you're responsible. Parents who host lose the most.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
So now we're going to head into some community news. What's going on in Winchester?
Yes. Well, on February 20th, Franklin County High School will be having its career fair from 6 to 8:30. What it is we invite all area businesses to participate in the career fair. That will be located at the high school in the gym lobby. We need volunteers for people to come and set up booths for the career fair. Basically, it's just to give students a feel to come in and get a chance to kind of explore what kind of different career fields there are and what they might possibly be interested in. Like I said, that's on February 20th from 6 to 8:30. If you would like to participate in the showcase, your company at the career fair, contact the guidance counselor, Lee Brannon, at lee.brannon@fcstn.net, or call the counseling office at 931-967-2294, and we'll make plans effectively for that.
Right, and just as a side note, we actually went to the career day at North last Friday, and that went really well. There was a lot of people from the Chamber of Commerce. We had them on our show to talk about it, but just basically a little synopsis if you guys did not know, that they got a grant and they put together this really nice program with a bunch of different businesses, and they had different sessions for all of the kids to go to. Students from North, South, and Huntland were there. And Good Shepherd were there. So it was a really fun day, and we were really glad to be a part of it.
Yes. Also, more in community news, it is Mardi Gras time with the returning of the Nashville award-winning band, the Respectables. It's on March 1st at Monterey Stations, and all proceeds go to Good Shepherd School. So if you want to get tickets, it's 967-5673, and there will be live music and a silent auction, as well as food and dancing. So all those proceeds go to Good Shepherd for that. Also, Huntland FFA and band are having a strawberry sale. The approximate delivery date will be on March 3rd through the 6th. It's $5 for a quart, and so pre-order them by February 19th. See an FFA member or a band member to order, or call 469-7679. We also have Norse Yard and Bake Sale to support Janet Towery Scholarship Fund. It's on Saturday, March 15th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you want to donate items for the bake sale, items are being accepted at North Middle School on Friday, March 14th from 3:30 to 6:30. So that is for the Janet Towery Scholarship Fund. And if you want any more information, just call Pasty or Rosalie at 308-3190 or 967-1547. The Franklin County Chamber of Commerce is having a 2014 Business Expo on March 27th. I believe the time of that is from 4 to 7, if I'm not mistaken. And it is presented by their leadership circle, which consists of Nissan, Russell Barnett, STMC, and American City Bank. So what they need is for people to set up booths, and there's different boothing options. If you have any questions about that, contact the Franklin County Chambers of Commerce on that. Also, the Huntland Hornets are having a Hornet Youth Soccer Camp, $30 total, directed by their coach, Chris Hobbs, on June 16th through June 18th, 2014. If you want any more information on that, call Coach Chris Hobbs at 931-469-7506 or email him at christopher.hobbs@fcstn.net. And that is their youth soccer camp on the 16th through the 18th. And I also have one more thing left, I believe. Yes.
A lot going on.
I know. There's a lot of community news going on today. It is for SCHRA Head Start, which is a program to help kids in early childhood education for school readiness for qualified teachers and whatnot. And to apply, you will need child's proof of birth, proof of income, medical insurance cards, medical or insurance cards, which is optional, but the child must be of 3 or 4 years old before August 15 to apply for Head Start. If you want any more information on that, contact Winchester Head Start, 677 Myers Road, Winchester, Tennessee, or call 931-967-1543. Call by at your local Head Start for an appointment. So
that's what's going on in the county.
Yes.
But in Tennessee, we have a story here that beef cattle farming is actually one of the top agriculture commodities in Tennessee. And it's a business worth about more than $500 million annually. But for our state's producers to stay profitable and competitive, genetics are a key element in running a successful beef operation. So Chuck Denny has more on the planning for the future cattle herds.
And over a ton. So I mean, they got to have good feet and legs to support that kind of weight.
Jerry Green is a commercial cow-calf producer farming in 3 counties, Dixon, Hickman, and Williamson. He's doing a little window shopping here, checking out this 1,500-pound Angus bull. Mr. Green says folks in the cattle business should have a smile on their face if they sold any of their herd recently.
Well, our calf crop this time brought more than it's ever brought, and it's all about pounds. If you get you a good cow herd and use these kind of genetics that's here, then you'll have some the calves that weigh and pay good at, at sale time.
Green was one of several dozen producers at this event at the UT Ag Research Central Bull Evaluation Center in Spring Hill. Cattle farmers could view 175 bulls on display that will be available for auction. There were also educational programs about veterinary herd care and DNA technology. Organizers want producers to know what to look for in these animals and how the addition of the right bull might improve their overall operation.
So what we do, we invite commercial cow-calf producers and purebred producers to this open house and really cover a very wide range of topics that are related to genetics and reproduction.
The animals featured here come from some of the top breeding programs in the Southeast. As part of this event, they'll go through a meticulous performance test. The tests measure each bull's weight gain, frame size, and reproductive soundness. Cattle producers say they want as much genetic information as possible before investing in one of these animals.
You get a better idea of where what is under the hide, you might say, in these cattle. Not just the their rate of gain. You're looking at the meat quality that their progeny might have.
Beef production remains a huge business in Tennessee, with more than 1 million cows and 45,000 farmers. And to be successful, those producers must think about the future of their herds, the calves still to be born, raised, and sold. This is Chuck Denny reporting.
We'd like to thank Chuck Denny for that story. So I have now a list here of stuff that you probably didn't know about money.
Try me.
So, okay, well, I bet you didn't know this first one. Paper money can carry Salmonella and E. Coli. The flu virus is able to survive on it for up to 10 days.
Ew. But you know, they do say that money is
it's very
it's the dirtiest.
Yeah, it's extremely germic.
Let's see, in the U.S., 37 million bills are printed each day, and that equates to approximately $696 million. 95% of the money printed today is to replace currency held overseas. Queen Elizabeth appears on the currency of 33 countries, with 26 different portraits being used. Prince Charles's portrait will face in the opposite direction once he becomes king. The smell left on your hands after touching coins uses human body odor rather than metal. I didn't know that, actually. A collector paid $2,500 for a $1 bill, with the serial number being B000000 and then 2J at the end. Collectors value unique serial number that falls into categories such as solids, like where the number is repeated many times. And then in Chile, 1 million coins were made with the country spelled CHIIE. The mistake was noticed a year later.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I did not know about that metal, like that smell you get after you hold the coins uses body odor instead of actual coin.
What do you mean by uses? Like,
yeah, I don't understand that.
It is your body odor, kinda, in a way. I guess is what makes it sound like.
Yeah. Okay. Most of that's just about like money being really gross.
Yeah, pretty much.
Money. What is it? Oh, okay.
We all like money though.
Yes.
Yeah, money's very.
Everyone
very
likes
nice.
money.
Yeah, that doesn't really change. But yeah, you said the flu virus.
Yeah, the flu virus is able to survive on it for up to 10 days.
That doesn't surprise me at all. So really.
Really?
Because money is supposed to be, like you said, really dirty, have a lot of germs. It's like people like touch money and they touch their mouth. That's like a really bad thing. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So.
Or like when little kids put like quarters
in their mouth and stuff.
Oh, that's
nasty.
That's just gross.
Yeah, it's really, really, really nasty.
Okay. Anyways, but when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to talk a little bit more about some also kind of current events, aka the Olympics, which is everybody's favorite. We have some kind of little funny stories going on here, and then hopefully we can talk a little bit about our standings in the Olympics, things of that sort. So stay tuned after this.
working out. The action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Wake Up Winchester. If you guys didn't know, which I don't know how you wouldn't,
Right.
The Winter Olympics have started and they're all over the place. Sorry, I'm turning into an old man. But yeah, they're going on, and I watch them every single night whenever I get home.
Same.
I really love the Olympics, even though I'm not really into sports, don't really know all the technical things about it.
Do you think about the Olympics, it's like, for like technically they're Summer Olympics. For like 2 years, you're like, oh, America, cool. And then as soon as the Olympics come around, you're like, America!
People
Like
get
everyone
very
gets extremely
competitive,
excited.
yes. Like, anytime Russia says anything, I'm like, there's going to be a Cold War after this. Like,
Or yeah, because especially, like with the teams who just dominate the Winter Olympics, like Russia or Canada, I'm just like, forget you.
You know, like,
We're
it gets
better.
really bad because I wouldn't consider myself very patriotic, but then, like, when a little Italian girl's skating around the ice and I know that she's about to beat us, I'm like, fall, fall, fall. I'm just kidding, but not really. But anyways, there's some really kind of funny stories. These aren't really about the standings, but these are just some, like, silly things that have gone on during the Olympics so far. One thing, not really silly, but kind of crazy, this was during the opening ceremony. I guess there was a huge mistake that went on, the Olympic ring mishap.
Yes, I saw that.
If people, okay, I didn't actually
I
see
didn't watch
the
the
opening.
opening
I saw the
ceremony.
end where they were like introducing all the teams and things like that, but I didn't see that. So if you want to explain.
It's okay. So like I actually watched it 2 nights ago. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it recorded. And so you know how it's got how many rings? 6, five, 6, whatever. Well, they had it like lowered down, like they were small and like they expanded out, which was really cool. But they were missing the last ring on the right.
Wow.
And don't those represent like different regions or something
It's like
that?
it's like like the yellow one I know is like East Asian Pacific, which is kind of funny, and then
yeah, but
but yes, it's like different regions of the world.
So I wonder which one they were missing. Anyways, but that I guess is something that a lot of people talked about.
Yes.
And you know, I guess Russians and Russia has like a bad rep about being, you know, like a really harsh country and things
Of
like that.
course.
Well, there was an online hoax that claimed that the man who was responsible for that blunder was actually murdered, found dead in Russia.
Oh.
So far this is completely false. But the story originated from a place called the Daily Current, and the headline read, "Man responsible for Olympic ring mishap found dead in Sochi." And basically they made up a fake identity for this man and named him Boris Avdeyev. and they claim that he was mysteriously killed. And so he is not killed or dead, I guess you could say. This is not even the real name of the guy, and who knows if it was one man's responsibility.
Right.
I don't think it would be one man's responsibility.
But it was definitely circulated all around social media, and people grabbed a hold of this. And I know that there's already been like maybe someone was talking about how there was like, you know, some suicide bombers that got away,
were really scared
and they didn't know where they were. So people are kind of on high alert in Sochi because there is the chance of there being a terrorist attack, that kind of thing. So I think that this kind of just
amplifies it more.
And got people a little terrified about that.
So I'm not sure about that ring though, because I think back in 2007 is when they were told that the Winter Olympics would be held there.
Yes.
So I mean, they had all that time to start planning in just a simple ring.
Yeah, that's what throws me off is that like they announce Olympics for years and years ahead. Like I know that they've already announced up to the 2020 Olympics, which is the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. And so I mean, they have years and years to plan this stuff. So how could you let something so big, especially something like the opening ceremony, which is a huge part of the Olympics, like a mistake happen like that?
There is a lot to prepare for, but yeah, there has been like consistent complaints that the living conditions for the athletes aren't really up to par, and that there's not really, you know, they're not just like the rooms that they're staying in aren't up to
the Olympic
standard.
Village.
Someone even said that one of the athletes went into their room and there was a dog in the room.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. But going on into some more of these stories, Ashley Wagner's reaction at the Olympics becomes a viral meme. So she is actually one of our American figure skaters.
Yeah, she's the ladies.
And I guess her reaction whenever she received a lower score than she expected kind of got people, thought that was kind of funny, so that's kind of circulating all around social media. I have the picture of her right here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. Probably not, but you could probably find it anywhere on the internet. Also, we have this one, which is really, really strange to me. A luge, I guess. Yeah, right, but like he is a luger, like he luges. So he actually changed his name for an underwear sponsor. So several years ago, the island of Tonga held a tryout in hopes of finding the country's first ever Winter Olympian, and they found this guy named Fuehesemi. Possibly, and he was, and he luges. So he changed his name to Bruno Banani, and that is for the German underwear company, and that German underwear company sponsored his entire journey through the Olympics.
Oh.
And so that's a little bit strange, but Banani feels fortunate to have such an opportunity, and he's actually qualified for the Sochi Games, and he's trying to maintain his sponsorship even if he does not medal. So that is a little bit strange, changing your name to underwear brand, the name of an underwear brand.
Oh.
Yeah, sort of.
We also have another one that a Canadian figure skater woman was woken up from a nap for a drug test. So I guess obviously you have to be drug tested to be in the Olympics, but they're kind of known for being spontaneous. This one was really spontaneous. It was actually the day that she was performing. She had a do not disturb sign on her room, and she was sleeping, and I guess she was just trying to catch a couple hours of sleep after an early practice. She's only 18 years old, that kind of thing, and they just burst through her room and demanded her to have a drug test. So that's another kind of weird thing.
There's been a lot of
Olympic
complaints
stuff,
about Russia, it being in Russia and things going on there.
And if you haven't noticed, Sochi is beautiful. It's a great place to hold the Olympics. It's very wintry. It's very fitting. But a lot of people I know are not happy about it. I know they're worried. I guess President, I don't know if you call him President Vladimir Putin. Is he president?
I'm not sure if he's.
I'm not exactly sure what he is, but I know
he's
the leader.
Thinking,
there we go. He's the leader of Russia. I know basically his goal is he doesn't really care if anyone outside of Russia likes the Olympics, as long as Russians like the Olympics. And his goal is just to have it go off without a hitch, without any attacks, without anything. And then that's all I care about. That's success to them. So
well, that is good though, that he wants to make sure.
He just wants it to go off. He doesn't want anything to happen, but as far as he's concerned, he's like, I don't really care if Americans or Canadians or Japanese or anyone else likes the Olympics, as long as Russians do, because that's all I care about anyways. So,
well, I did notice that, and I don't know if a lot of people notice this, but there is a band called Tattoo, which has two female Russian singers, and in the open ceremony, Russians were actually like the last to come out when they were introducing all the groups, and they were playing that song that's called "They're Not Gonna Get Us," or "Not Gonna Get Us," and it was just singing that part over, "Not gonna get us, not gonna get us," in Russian. And I kind of picked up on that because I've heard the American version of that song, so they changed that just for them. That's a little weird. But yeah, so that's all the time we have for today's show. If you have any comments, questions, or would like to be a guest on our show, you can email us at wakeupwinchester@fcrebels.com. But that's all we have for right now.
I'm Ollie.
Go ahead.
I'm Blake Shaw.
I'm Casey Dennis.
Thanks for watching.